Hey y'all, welcome to Andrea Speaks TV. This is your host, Andrea, and you all know I'm bringing you commentary you can use. So, this is episode 49. That's right, y'all. Episode 49. We're almost at 50 videos. I first want to start by saying thank you all so much for supporting the channel, whether you are a subscriber or if you share my videos with family members and friends. And even if you like the videos that I post on the channel, I want to say thank you so much for your support. If you have not already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can stay connected whenever I do upload new content every week. All right, y'all. So, episode 49 is all about the recent news that there are power cuts in China. So, I've done some research on this. I know this has been a topic, but a lot of people may not know exactly what's going on and why we should be concerned about the power cuts in China. So I want to bring you some information on that. You all make sure you hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, Andrea Speaks TV, right here on YouTube. All right, y'all. So the information that I'm sharing with you today comes from BBC. And the title of the article says China power cuts. What is causing the country's blackout? So you all know there's so much going on in the world right now. You all know that I have reported on food shortages, water shortages, the supply chain crisis. And I want you all to know that what's happening right now in China, what I'm getting ready to tell you all about, has a direct effect on other parts of the world, including the United States, where I am located. All right. So, according to the article from BBC News, China, the article says, is struggling with a severe shortage of electricity, which has left millions of homes and businesses hit by power cuts. So, as I was saying, y'all, I reported on food shortages, water shortages, and the supply chain crisis. Well, whether you know it or not, a lot of the goods that um, people in the United States, businesses, consumers use are made in China. And so with the power cuts, that has an effect on the goods that are being, brought in from China, as well as the supply chain crisis around the world. So y'all stick around. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me give you some more details. All right. So as I was saying, y'all, China is struggling, according to the article. China is struggling with a severe shortage of electricity, which has left millions of homes and businesses hit by power cuts. Now, blackouts are not that unusual in the country, but this time of year, a number of factors have contributed to a perfect storm for electricity suppliers. According to the article, the problem is particularly serious in China's northeastern industrial hubs as winter approaches, and is something that could have implications for the rest of the world. Now, you may be wondering, Andrea, why has China been hit by power shortages? What's going on? What's happening in China? The article says the country has in the past struggled to balance, now listen to this, y'all, electricity supplies with demand, which has often left many of China's provinces at risk of power outages. Now, during times of peak power consumption in the summer and winter, the problem becomes particularly acute. But the article says this year, a number of factors have come together to make the issue especially serious. All right. Now, we all know that as the world starts to reopen after the pandemic, demand for Chinese goods is surging, and the factories making them need a lot more power. All right. Rules imposed by Beijing as it attempts to make the country carbon neutral by the year 2060 have seen coal production slow, even as the country still relies on coal for more than half of its power. All right. Now, and as the article reads, and as electricity demand has risen, the price of coal has been pushed up. But with the government strictly controlling electricity prices, coal fired power plants are unwilling to operate at a loss, with many drastically reducing their output instead. All right, y'all, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel, Andrea Speaks TV. All right, now, who is being affected by the blackouts? Homes as well as businesses have been affected by power cuts as electricity. Listen to this, y'all. Homes and businesses have been affected by power cuts as electricity has been rationed in several provinces and regions. Can you all believe that, y'all? They're having to ration electricity. Okay, let me keep reading. Now, the article says the state run Global Times newspaper said there had been outages in 4 provinces, and companies in major manufacturing areas have been called on to reduce energy uses during peak periods of peak. I'm sorry, companies in major manufacturing areas have been called on to reduce energy usage during peak periods of peak demand, during periods, I'm sorry, of peak demand, or limit the number of days that they operate. Energy intensive industries such as steel making, aluminum smelting, cement manufacturing, and fertilizer production are among the businesses hardest hit by the outages. All right. Now, the question, there's another question. What has the impact been on China's economy? What type of effect have these power cuts and the call and need to ration power? What kind of effect has that had on China's economy? Official figures, according to the article, have shown that in September 2021, Chinese factory activity shrunk to the lowest it had been since February 2020, when the lockdowns crippled the economy. Concerns over the power cuts have contributed to global investment banks cutting their forecasts for the country's economic growth. All right, now Goldman Sachs, according to the article, has estimated that as much as 44% of the country's industrial activity has been affected by power shortages. It now expects the world's second largest economy to expand by 7.8% this year, down from its previous prediction of 8.2% globally. All right, this is how the power cuts in China has an impact on a global scale. Says globally, the article says the outages could affect supply chains, especially towards the end of the year shopping season. Okay, so for many people, this is a time of year where we're beginning to prepare and plan our holiday shopping. And you all know right here on the channel, I have reported on the supply chain crisis. I reported on ports in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area, as well as even parts of China. You know, the shipping containers, we have containers filled with merchandise such as plastics, electronics, things of that nature that are just stuck on the ships waiting to be unloaded. And, you know, there's not enough workers to unload them. It has just created a crisis. So all of these things that were already happening, and now you have the power cuts in China, is basically saying that the outages could affect supply chains, being that, especially being that it's towards the end of the year holiday shopping season. Okay. All right. Let me continue reading. The article also says since economies have reopened, retailers around the world have already been facing widespread disruption amid a surge in demand for imports. Now, what is China doing to resolve the problem? The article says China's economic planner, the National Development and Reform Commission, or as it's called, the NDRC, has outlined a number of measures to resolve the problem with energy supplies in the northeast of the country as its main priority this winter. The measures include, now here's what China is doing. This is according to the article. This is what China is doing. The measures include working closely with generating firms to increase output, ensuring full supplies of coal, and promoting the rationing of electricity. The China Electricity Council, which represents generating firms, has also said that coal-fired power companies were now, and I quote, and this is in quotation marks, expanding their procurement channels at any cost, end quote, in order to guarantee winter heat and electricity supplies. All right, y'all pay attention to this now. However, the article says finding new sources of coal imports may not be straightforward. Russia is already focused on its customers in Europe. Indonesian output has been hit by heavy rains, and nearby Mongolia is facing a shortage of road haulage capacity. All right, now the article also asks the question, are energy shortages around the world connected? Listen at this, y'all. Power cuts in China, the UK petrol stations running out of fuel, I'll also be reporting on that soon. That is coming up in a future episode of Andrea Speaks TV, as well as energy bills jumping in Europe and soaring crude oil, natural gas, and coal prices on wholesale markets. It would be tempting to assume the world is suddenly in the grip of a global energy drought. All right. The article also concludes by saying, however, it is not quite as simple as that. There are some distinctly different issues around the world. For example, in the UK, petrol stations have run dry as motorists rush to fill up their vehicles over concerns that a shortage of tanker drivers would mean fuel would soon become scarce. And I've also done a video um, about here in the US, how they were saying that a shortage of tanker drivers was actually contributing to fuel shortages right here in the US. So you can check that out on the channel as well, right here on Andrea Speaks TV. And also, the article says, meanwhile, mainland Europe's rising energy bills are due to a number of local factors, including low stockpiles of natural gas, weak output from the region's windmills and solar farms, and maintenance work that has put generating operations out of actions. All right. So that was the article. I would like to know your thoughts. You all let me know. Do you think that this energy crisis, what do you think is the real cause of this? What they're saying is this energy crisis, the power cuts, the rationing of power that's happening in China. Do you think this is something some people, a lot of people, just based on my research, some people feel like events, unusual events and circumstances and crises like this are planned. It's made by design. Certain people, whoever they may be, intended it to be that way. What are your thoughts? I would like to know, what do you feel? What do you feel based on what I've reported in the article from BBC and maybe your own opinion or your own research? What do you feel has caused the power cuts that are going on in China? And do you feel like economies, countries such as the US, that's where I am, do you feel like this is cause to be concerned for us here in the US? Do you think this is something that could even happen here in the United States where they have to ration power? So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, make sure if you found this information to be helpful, if you say, you know what, Andrea, you gave me something to think about. I didn't know about that. Maybe I need to look into this a little bit more. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I like to get your feedback. I like to get your to read your comments. And also, I do respond to your comments. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel right here, Andrea Speaks TV. Well, this has been episode 49, y'all. Again, thank you so much for your support. Please make sure that you're making preparations to take care of your family during this season of uncertainty. Again, where, water shortages are happening, food shortages are happening. And make sure, again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. That way you can stay connected when I do upload new content every week. So again, y'all, this has been episode 49. I'll be coming back soon with episode 50. Thank you all so much for your support. Take care. This is Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV.